Yo, 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 1 2 1 2. What it do? It's your boy Skeetersteve
and Nikki B,
and welcome to another episode of Lace Rounds, where we need to give it to you for the culture and by the culture. Ooh, man, what a week!
Absolutely,
yes, what a week. Back up in here once again, man. But it's always feel good to be back, man. You know, just here, just doing what we do.
Yes.
And I'm happy this heat is going away finally.
Oh, yes. I think today was going to be the highest that it is. I think this is the last hot day of the year, right out here.
Yeah,
is it in the 90s?
Yeah, because normally, like Halloween is right around the corner, so it start winding down, getting cool though. But sometimes it get cold. Like out here, it's always a hit and miss for us all the time, and I don't know why it's always like that.
Yeah, it definitely fluctuates. I don't really have with global warming, you really don't know what to expect at this point, so It's kind of hard to really pinpoint it. Right. I'm just really grateful to be under, like I said in previous episodes, anything under 108, I am okay. And I know that sounds crazy, but being out here, you end up adjusting. But so a very pleasant day. Can do the long sleeve with the shorts and start kind of breaking out those crew necks and getting in all the wears, Oh,
no, yeah, absolutely. I really can't wait for that. Came up on a couple of crew necks that was on sale this summer. Okay. So I mean,
that's always the best. For sure.
I'm actually excited for it though. But before we get into this, though, I have to mention this. This weekend, I was able to watch that Kid Cudi movie, Intergalactic, on Netflix, and I must say, I'm mad because it wasn't in theaters because it was that good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what exactly is it about?
So it's pretty much a story about a single man. He just moved into his new apartment. Got a brand new job as a comic book artist. Okay. And he ends up falling head over heels for his neighbor. Okay. No, yeah, but the whole premise of the show is dope, and the music behind it was tight, and just hearing the voiceovers from J.I.D., Vanessa Hudgens, and even Ty Dolla $ign was his homie throughout the whole movie. So it was dope, not only hearing his voice but seeing him as an animated character too. So yeah, that movie, it was that good. I was like, man, they really should have put this in the theater. So I really.
And you said it's an animated movie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, and I would have paid money to see that too. So I mean, yeah, Intergalactic on Netflix. So it was dope.
Okay, that's dope. Okay, that's So aside from like you said, those are pretty much the main characters in it, like Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, Ty Dolla $ign, Kid Cudi, J.I.D., Vanessa Hudgens. She played. I want to say she played the role of the girl that he was falling in love with the neighbor. Okay. And then there was just a couple of funny parts in the movie, because before he fell in love with her, he was dating this girl that was his ex and whatnot, and she was grilling him, and when he had told her about the new girl that she was seeing, and niggas get hit with that question when she actually, was you with her or was you with her? So and they just had stuff in bold letters. So but overall the movie was it was amazing.
Okay, and that's really dope since it's on Netflix. It's pretty accessible to everybody. Yeah. So that's really awesome. That's always a plus when you can get good recommendations for Netflix or Hulu or anything that's completely accessible.
Oh no, yeah,
especially the Amazon Prime and all that, the ones that you don't have to pay for.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, well let's get into it. Let's get into our honorable mention, because you already know here at Lace Rounds we always like to give our flowers to the people that's out there doing something for the community or trying something new, and they actually excelling and succeeding. So no further, first up, I'm pretty excited for this one. Bun B, Houston native, the rapper from one of the greatest rap groups of all time, UGK. His burgers, Trill Burgers, lands a restaurant residency here in Las Vegas. Oh. Yeah, so during his 4-week residency at 2 Las Vegas hotels and casinos, Trill Burgers will also debut a new steakhouse burger while he's here. And the residency is going to take place from November 6th to December 3rd. And so, it's going to take place at the Luxor Casino inside the Public House in Mandalay Bay, inside their casino in the Libertine Social, and where we serve Bun B's signature smash burgers alongside with specials, including the steakhouse burger from Trill Chef Mike Pham. And the pop-up is part of the Pepsi's Dig-In program, which launched the restaurant royalty program back in May to assist and incubate and generate exposure and support for Black-owned restaurants into the next Black restaurant industry leaders, according to the release. So, how you feel about this?
I think that's phenomenal. We've been talking about the Bun B Trill Burger for a while, so I thought that was really cool, especially being accessible to us out here. Luxor, for those of you guys that aren't that familiar with Las Vegas, the Luxor and the Mandalay Bay are pretty much adjoining. So it's pretty dope that they're actually the both of the pop-up shops are in close proximity to each other, I guess.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. You can have the opportunity to try both and just maybe do a cross comparison to the consistency between the two. I think it's a huge win for Bun B. It's really dope what Pepsi is doing as well on getting that additional exposure out there for these artists and for those that are actually making solid contributions to the community. So, like I said, I think this is an amazing opportunity, and it definitely gives us the opportunity to go on ahead and check it out.
No, yeah, absolutely. Because, we've been seeing it everywhere. He's been popping up at different concerts, different festivals, and even food festivals. And everybody's loving it. So, I'm excited for it to come out here so I could try it, make sure I get it with no cheese. Because I know if I get it with that cheese, it's going to be all bad for your boy. Very, very all bad for me though, but yeah, I'm very excited though, and hopefully it does great where he could be able to open up a restaurant here in Las Vegas. So
yes.
No, yeah. So I'm excited for that though. So
absolutely, it gives them that exposure to just because Vegas isn't limited. Of course, it's a tourist town, so you're going to be able to get that word of mouth advertisement from people going back and forth to wherever they're from and everything, and get an opportunity to finally check it out. So. Huge shout outs to Bun B, huge shout outs to Pepsi, and we're looking forward to bringing you guys the reviews on that.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into it. This week has been very, 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 very spicy for the culture.
Yes, it has. Before we get into the commentary for the culture, we just definitely want to highlight those that are, again, making solid contributions to the culture. And part of sometimes, you do so much by not doing anything. And this is actually one of the cases. Earlier this week, Donda's son, that's what I'll probably be referring to him from here on out. But just so you guys can connect the dots on that, it's Kanye West. He was set to actually make an appearance in LeBron James's The Shop show, and they actually pulled the episode due to hate speech.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I thought that was a huge win. Just because we run into so much on a lot of these social media, not just social media, like more so outlets. When you get to these pages, these news sources, I should say, they've been really making a mockery of the whole situation and just kind of like following and just giving overexposure on all the negative things that's going on. So when you run into someone that has the platform and they can actually, like, this would have been a huge episode. Like, they would have been able to definitely get the ratings and what would be deemed to be, sweep or whatever the case may be. This would have been a very successful show for them. But the fact that they went on ahead and decided that all money isn't good money definitely deserves that cheer there, just because they could have really capitalized on that. And it's really important, I personally believe, for us to all be the change that we would like to see. And partially of that is, going on and not actually taking advantage and trying to capitalize on the culture. So huge shout out to LeBron James, Maverick Carter, and all the team over there on making that happen and just really drawing a line and saying, hey, it stops here. We're not going to go on ahead and put that on our platform.
Well, yeah, I'm not mad at it because I mean it's antics, and for me, my saying is every sword has two sides. So with this, yes, it is good. Like, they did pull it and they did what they had to do, But also too, I'm hoping too while they're pulling it, I hope they're sitting down, having a conversation with this brother, checking on this brother's mental to see if he's all right and see if he's okay. Because most of the times, what we do in the culture, we like to point the finger, we quick to cancel, but not really seeing like what the issues, what's underlining, what's going on behind this man's mental, or just for anybody in that matter and in that case. So yes, I agree. It should have been pulled, but also too, hopefully he gets around like-minded people and brothers that can actually sit down and talk to him and ask him, just like, hey man, like what's going on with you? You all right? Like you good?
And
Like
that's it. You gotta
really,
be receptive
yeah,
to that. Also,
yeah,
the thing is that when you kind of isolate yourself and you cut yourself off from those type of people that are scared to contest you, and you surround yourself by a whole lot of yes men, and nobody's ready to pull your coattail on there and hold you to a level of accountability. And obviously, I'm that just on the outside looking in, that really seems like what the case is. It's victims and it's volunteers. I'll say that every show, and I'll go on ahead and stand on that. And when mental health, huge advocate for mental health, like, in the industry and understand and all of that. But I won't allow anyone to abuse that also. You can't go around and just spread hate. And then, on the other side, it's like, we're supposed to go on ahead and also be empathetic towards certain situations. Like, yeah, get the help in private. But since we're going around and we're saying all these different things that's stirring up the potential, and it's very dangerous and extremely irresponsible at this point. So I have absolutely no sympathy towards that situation. I'm completely done with the guy. And, I definitely send love and light. I don't want to see anyone suffering. But when you're putting everybody else at risk because of the way that you're going about and it's like he's one person, but the other people that's following behind that situation right now, where you got the Candace Owens and you got the Ray J's and everybody else that's championing this type of behavior, hell no. And I'm not voting on that. That's bullshit.
all right, no, yeah, it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and like I said, Noriega did give him the opportunity this week to go on ahead and speak on Drink Champs, but this has been a very, very touchy subject ever since the whole other situation, and we pretty much decided to not really even go into that, just because of the fact of certain aspects. And sometimes you really do need to ignore certain things in order to just, it's a whole attention seeking type of behavior. It's like a kid that's going out their way for attention. And, the best thing to do is ignore it. But there are times where you got to go on ahead and address and hold a certain level of accountability and call shit out. And in this case, again, huge shout outs to LeBron James, Maverick Carter for making this happen, on just being one of the first to not sit there and champion those type of antics, because it has no place in our culture.
Oh no, yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that's where we leaving it at. All right, moving on. Next one. Silk Sonic has respectfully withdrawn from the Grammy consideration. Silk Sonic will not leave the door open for an Album of the Year win at 2023 Grammy. In a statement delivered from Rolling Stone, Bruno Mars confirmed that the duo will withdraw their Evening with Silk Sonic album from consideration. We're truly to put all of this on record, but Silk Sonic would like to gracefully, humbly, most importantly, sexually bow out submitting the album of this year, Mars said. We hope we could celebrate with everyone on a great year of music and partake in the party. Thank you for letting Silk Sonic thrive. Behind the introductory single, Leave the Door Open, Mars and Anderson .Paak won 4 Grammys at the 2022 ceremony. The album was not even eligible for this ceremony as it was released in November. Andy and I and everyone who worked on this project won the moment of the world responding to Leave the Door Open. Everything else is just icing on the cake, he says. We thank the Grammys for allowing us to perform on their platform, but not once but twice, and awarding us for last year's ceremony. You know what? I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that, because it's just like what they said. Like, they won those Grammys and from last year, and the album like barely just touched the scene. So that's like, for one, how is that even possible? And two, who is in the room doing these votings for these albums? Like,
yeah, I thought this was amazing also, just because of the fact, like you said, the album was fairly new. Last year they won, I want to say, Album of the Year. And when an artist steps in themselves and calls out bullshit, we have to go ahead and acknowledge that, and we have to, applaud that, because it's going to be times where, not saying that every artist they need to yield and take the responsibility of, say, for instance, the Academy and those type of rooms and everything, because they're not in those rooms. And, hell, this is what you put your album out for, is to contend in these areas. But when you understand that there is a disconnection, and, there's more deserving artists that deserves that type of recognition, when the artists themselves can actually come out and say that, I'm a huge fan on that, and I think that's phenomenal on all of those that came forward and decided as a collective that was going to be the way to go about with this particular with this nomination. Like, hey, thank you for the consideration, but there's other people that definitely deserves the recognition. Because when I think of Silk Sonic, I'm not minimizing them. Anderson .Paak and of course Bruno Mars, phenomenal dudes, and we know they're gonna sweep just based on like Bruno, being Bruno, and just the whole talent and all of that. But I've always taken them more of like a kind of parody type of group.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily take them seriously.
Right.
So for them to go on ahead and come on up, I think that's phenomenal. And yeah, that's another noteworthy mention here, honorable mention.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. And there you have it though. So all right, let's get into it. Commentary for the culture. Starting off first, Diddy been doing his run, little press run, getting ready to release the Love album pretty soon. So Diddy went on ahead, not only on the Breakfast Club, but also on Funkmaster Flex, urges New York rappers to stop following regional trends. We are in last place, and he voiced his issues with the lack of the identity in New York hip hop. He believes that the Big Apple has to stop biting other regions. And with this, what he said on Funkmaster Flex saying New York City is being in the last place, he urged the city rappers to step up and embrace their roots. New York, we're in last place, Diddy said. I'm here to tell y'all that shit comes to an end today. We're going to start doing us. The way you hear the beat in your head, do you. The way you move, do you. The way you dress, do you. Don't be doing them. God bless him. And he continued that New York cat is not supposed to be following nobody, nowhere, and for nothing, because we come from a rich culture of artists and designers and creatives. New York was always the leaders, and we don't blend in, B. We from New York. The fuck? But you know what, though? I'm not mad at this, because I'm just going to keep it real. He is telling the truth. So the niggas that's out in New York, y'all not championing them. I get it. We here, we champion the artists like, Griselda, 38 Special, and all them, Crime Apple, being from the areas of New York, and even Joey Badass, where we just reviewed his album not too long ago, where he's still keeping that essence of the New York boom bap sound alive. Is any niggas or anybody giving that credit? No, they're not. There's so much on that drill sound, it's ridiculous. And so when he said what he said, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And he's right. He's right. The birthplace of hip hop, like, y'all in last place. Like, what y'all doing?
Well, in your words, it's a two-sided, sword there. I believe, like, just as you just said, you got niggas in New York getting busy. So I believe we need to just put more exposure on the niggas in New York getting busy, and they need to go on ahead and champion their guys more so, as opposed to just going, drill crazy. So as opposed to just kind of going on the whole, like, the identity aspect, you guys do have an identity. Griselda is, like, really, really nice. They're really getting busy up there. So I can't really like co-sign on that. Like, as far as the younger guys, like, yeah, they went the Fabio Foreigns and all of that kind of deal. But that's what they're pushing behind. It's more so on the machine side rather than the actual artist. So you got to start pushing more of those artists that are out there with the sound and giving that type of authenticity. Because last time I checked, Griselda just they just dropped another project that DJ Shay, what was it, the DJ Shay project? Yeah. So and they stay dropping.
Absolutely.
Projects.
And even just early on this year, Dave East dropped a phenomenal project with with the producers from the West, Mike and Keys. How did I get here? Like that album is phenomenal.
And like you said, the Joey Badass, that one's sensational. So it's just more so where we put the attention. And I understand where he's saying, like, you know, in the sense of what's being popular, like, you know, where all the attention is going. But again, it goes back to like you're sitting here having this conversation with Funkmaster Flex, and that's all he's playing. So you need to direct that towards that man, as opposed to trying to come at the artist. Like, you know, Funkmaster Flex has like just. He was real vocal. Him and Conway got into it early, like a couple weeks ago, on this whole simple fact. So it's like but this week it's you know, we love Diddy. But at the same time, this week right now it's New York rappers. Last week it was R&B. So it's just kind of sort of like, hey, you ain't doing it right. You ain't rocking it right. Let me go ahead and step in type of deal. It's not good because I'm not a part of it.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely though. So I mean, no, I definitely agree with some of your key points that what you're saying though. But also too, like, you know, like they have to, like, really New York has to come together as a whole and really start collaborating with one another, because I mean, not for nothing, Atlanta do it, and we see California do it all the time. They always collaborate with somebody, whether the nigga is super gangstified or the nigga is a backpack lyrical conscious rapper. Like they always collaborate. So yeah, like they need to start doing that. Like, yeah. So I mean, like I'm kind of still leaning over that though, but also too, don't place so much the blame on the artist too. The DJs got to be willing to put that music out there and put it on the forefront too as well. So yeah,
and you got to go ahead and showcase those artists that are actually doing it. It's like I rather, yeah, of course you got to call out and you got to address certain problems and, you know, just to be able to really fix it. But ultimately, you want to showcase those that are actually doing the right thing also. That way they can go ahead and set the example, because even down to Nas, like, are we serious right now? Like, even Nas is like still nice, and not like, and when you just went on to the point of the collaboration, Nas just stays like West Coast with collaborating with Hit Boy and, you know, working with West Coast artists and, you know, so on and so forth. So it's just, I feel like it's more so on the push on these machines and everything, on the way that they're actually marketing these artists more so, rather than, you know, as opposed to just keep on shoving all these drill rappers down our throats that we didn't ask for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, though. But I'm just glad, though. I mean, he sparked the conversation, so that was good. Like, that was good. He sparked the conversation. All right, moving on. This one kind of made me happy, and this is a win for the culture. Freddie Gibbs revealed him and Jeezy squashed the beef with a hug, and it was beautiful. This is the stuff that, you know, people don't talk about in the culture, where people be squashing in their beefs and, you know, hash it out and be cool again. So this was dope to see, you know. And Freddie Gibbs has revealed that he has squashed his longtime feud with Jeezy after bumping into him at the airport. During a recent appearance on Bootleg Kev podcast, the Gary, Indiana rapper details the encounter with the former CTE war boss and expressed his relief at finally burying the hatchet. I seen him at the airport. Damn, that's crazy, bro. World premiere, nigga. He began. I seen Jeezy at the airport with his wife. I was with my girl. We shook hands, hugged, and we was just like, man, salute. It was just all like, damn, it was a relief for both of us. I feel like, and we exchanged numbers. We both got on the plane, and that was it. And that was the most beautiful thing ever, like seeing him. And when you look back, it wasn't really nothing. That was just fucking a music disagreement. And I like this. I'm here for this. So since they didn't bury the hatchet, hopefully whoever, you know, do a project or whatnot, we can see a Jeezy and a Gibbs collab again.
Hopefully.
Yeah, like, yeah. But I mean, I love seeing stuff like this, because even like with the culture, like we tend to see a lot of things negative versus few things positive though. But this is positive, especially too amongst black men, where hey, like you know, y'all let a few run on for so long, where it's just all like, okay, all is sometimes in it, and it takes that. You see him, y'all dap it up, you know, hug, whatever, and then y'all exchange numbers, and then y'all go from there. So I mean, it's good to see they put this behind them, you know, because I mean sometimes it's stupid and pointless, especially if y'all know y'all was rocking with each other, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And Gibbs, you know, he cited that on his album, which is just, oh my God, that's like, it's really one of my favorites this year. But he cited that on his album on, you know, how Jeezy really put him on and showed him he could be a boss. And we all kind of go through different moments as humans. We're all doing this thing called life together. So with that being said, it is amazing when you can have a moment of growth and going ahead and move past certain situations like that. And I'm grateful that both of them are in a space where they could do that, because I would love nothing more than, for a lot of them to just put their stuff aside and, going ahead and be able to, not only just on the like selfish side for myself, just on the collaborations, but it's just the point of like, life is too short to just be kind of like splitting hairs over stuff like that. So I'm glad that everything else was in order and that they were in the space to be able to do that. And with everything that definitely shows some growth on Gibbs' side, because he's been getting into it with a lot of people. So that's really dope.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. So I mean, salute to Gibbs and the Jeezy. All right, next up, this was, I want to say, like one of the like craziest like weeks. All my Twitter feeds, Instagram was blowing up all because of this too. Nicki Minaj and Latto drag each other on Twitter while exposing DMs and phone calls. Like, really?
Yeah, it's real unfortunate, and of course, like, just to not keep on like, because I feel like we had discussed this. Maybe did we talk about the Lakia one, the Nicki and Lakia? No, I don't think so. I don't think we did. Just because it's like it happens so frequently. But Nicki Minaj, Latto, they get into it on Twitter. Phone calls, receipts are being pulled. All of that kind of deal. The main reason why it's just becoming somewhat of a pattern with one of the individuals involved in this particular situation. It seems like every other week it's another female artist that this one is actually getting into it with. And again, it's just like who's in the room on like actually calling people out. Like, you got to still, in the sense of you when you're getting your team together and everything, like, yeah, you want to, everybody can't go with you, but right. You still want to make sure that you keep some people with you that's keeping it real with you at all costs, and they don't care, about the consequences of it. And I think that it's a sense of accountability, that a lack of accountability being taken here, because every other week it's another artist. And if it's one time, it's like, okay. 2 times, it's like, all right, well, maybe, they just tripping. 3 times, maybe are they hating? 4 times, it's like, okay, the fucking problem is you. That's what we're getting to. And I'm starting to see that pattern, and it's really unfortunate because when we were discussing it a couple of weeks ago, I don't feel as though that lady lyricists and female rappers has the luxury of being able to beef with each other, just simply because it's such a small pool.
Yeah.
With the men, it's like, okay, you can get Freddie Gibbs can move around the industry, getting into it, and maybe a Jeezy or Benny or whatever the case may be, and still going ahead and get some good features on his album, and still be able to work with certain producers and so on and so forth. But when you get with the ladies, it's like you guys And don't get me wrong, because who was it? It wasn't Remy. It was one of them. No, it was Kamaya.
Yes, shout out to Kamaya.
Yeah, when she was like basically saying that we're not sitting there trying to make all the men get along, but the women, that's pretty much one of the biggest things. But the reason why is just simply because of the population of lady lyricists. And again, I personally don't feel like they really have the luxury to be divided.
And that's stupid. And I just feel like this, like, and she made a good point, like, yo, like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you, and that's all right. That's cool. Like that's cool. But it's like you trying to push that on me, like, that ain't. No,
cool. Absolutely. If you don't like someone, you don't like someone, but that's fine. But you don't gotta have all out, like, you don't gotta be shady about it either. You don't gotta be catty about it. You don't have to like throw stones and then hide your hands and then try to act like you're not doing something. Like, it's real condescending.
Right, man. And Nicki need to sit down. What is she, 40 now?
I don't know how old she is. I just know that, like, it's really crazy because everything ends up coming around full circle. And what we're witnessing right now is kind of somewhat of that circle of disrespect that was given to Kim in the beginning of it all. So, we hate calling these type of situations out, but it is a part of the culture, and for everything to come full circle, we have to also address these moments. And we just really wish that, in the illustrious words of Rodney King, can we all just get along?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you don't gotta like her, like, right. Everything isn't gonna mix, everything isn't gonna match, and all of that kind of deal. But we're running into the situation where a lot of these girls are, when they're putting their list together on dream features of who they would like to work with, Nicki has always been top tier, and I've seen this with Lakia also. And when you just start picking at them and you're scared to, like, pretty much like embrace the nuance of these ladies. It's just it's wild. You gotta do better.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, definitely, absolutely. No better to do better. All right, moving on. Fat Joe, you know what though? This was very enlightening, and I'm glad that he had put this out. Fat Joe warns artists to watch their money after being scammed by accountants. Joey Crack has opened up about a complex Ponzi scheme run by his former accountants that robbed him and his wife over well over six figures. When he was on the Breakfast Club, he explained and where he put the warning out to fellow rappers and athletes to keep track of their money and do not trust anyone handling their accounts. Us as creatives, we spend so much time. We're trying to take our creativity to another level, and we think we're supposed to trust these people, he explained. Every athlete, every artist, don't trust them. Don't trust a business manager. Don't trust accountants. The saddest thing is when you turn around and, these people stealing from me. Ponzi scheme. It's not like a game. These people are really stealing from me, taking out fake credit cards under my wife's name. And the best way to protect yourself, according to Joey Crack from the accountant scam, is to go Oprah one-on-one route and watch all of your money. And I'm glad that he put that out there because he said this was the second time that this happened to him, because the first time when it happened, he had to go to jail. Like he had to do some time, but it wasn't his fault. And so when he had called it this second time, he just said he had that weird feeling in his gut that someone right. And then once he started questioning, like, the people, they saying, oh, we're not stealing from you, this and that, until he had got a call saying, oh, you're 6 months behind your mortgage, you're like 4 months behind the car payment. He like, wait a minute, what? Like, this was supposed to be paid for. And so he said he got rid of them and went after the company. And now, he's suing the company for apparently these people that was supposed to have his back, but they really didn't have their back in their best interest. So, I mean, I agree with him with this. Like, just have to keep everything accounted for, because don't get me wrong, this is hip hop. We love hip hop. This is our culture though, but you have people in our culture trying to take advantage of us.
And it's to say in our culture, that's kind of like that kind of comes in like visits. They're visitors within the culture, like to come and vulture off of it, and the words a culture vulture. And when you see that, it's like, because the whole aspect, when you get down to, it's certain people that loves nothing more than to crunch numbers all day and loves clerical work and to do paperwork and all of that. But then when you run into like these creatives, like you have your Basquiat's, you have your of course Jay-Z's taking on a new land, and turning over a new leaf, and I definitely believe that he's very engaged with his finances. But when you're going in the studio and you're making the music, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. So the last thing you're doing, and it's not just limited to rappers, it's athletes. Well, he mentioned that also, the rapper athletes, and it's just a constant type. And even down to the entrepreneurs, you run into people that hit you up like, hey, let me help you out, let me work, let me take care of your finances and everything. And then you go on ahead and start getting alerts from your bank that people are just kind of like taking different things and looking at your accounts and just different things. So it's a very sensitive situation. The best advice that I would always, just tacking on to what he's saying, is get somebody that you can trust, and someone that's definitely just, is financially satisfied themselves. Because if they have, you have very little chance of them trying to like mess themselves over. You want to mess with people that have something to lose, because just anybody just touching your money like that is horrible. But the same thing happened to Steve Harvey. He ended up having like so many issues with his taxes and everything because of accounting. And the entertainment industry just definitely, you guys got to be active on your finances. And I know it's really, really hard, especially how busy you are. The last thing you want to do is come off tour and have to sit there and do that. But it is something that you got to end up learning to love the numbers, like Larry June.
No, yeah, absolutely. Y'all can take the LeBron route. Put all your day ones in college in those positions, and then once they all graduate and get their degrees, fire everybody in that motherfucker and put your people in that position.
Again, another thing. Same thing with Allen Iverson. His boy. Oh no! Put that money aside for him and everything. So I thought that that again, finding the right people to put in the right places.
Oh no! Yeah, absolutely. All right. Before we get into Can I Kick It, we got a new segment, Out of Pocket.
Yes.
Out of pocket.
Out of pocket. And it's just, again, in order for us to how are we supposed to get up if, that's the way we get down as a culture. And because we're doing this thing called life altogether, it's just going to be certain people that's just like completely out of pocket, regardless as to like how engaged or how much, if they drop music or whatever they do. It's just the point of us seeing it and being able to call it out and being able to like learn and grow from it. Automatic, systematic. Earlier this week, Sarah Silverman stepped up and had some choicy words or sarcasm, to say the least, to come at our Holly Robinson Pete on Twitter, and it's not okay. It's really messed up in a sense because. Yes. It's really fucked up because this guy on Twitter just basically said it the best, and taking color and all that good stuff out of it, like taking ethnicity off the table. But like he said, let's just keep it at a buck. The black race, like, nobody calls people out the way that we call our people out. Like, it'd be your own parent that'd be like, okay, no, you fucked up, and they'll turn you in themselves. Like, they're not going to sit there and try to justify it like, oh, no, I'm going to give them a stern talking to. It's like, no, you're going to get your ass whooped when you get home type of situation. Yeah. So we've all pretty much, like, that's pretty much within our culture, is to have a level of accountability and to not get those type of passes. So Kanye West, he had some, well, like I said, Donda's son, he has some choicy words for the Jewish community, and, he definitely, the things that he said were offensive. However, Sarah Silverman is now stepping up and saying that everyone's pretty much quiet in the sense that he's not being called out by it. And it's like, okay, where the fuck have you been? Everybody's been calling this guy out for the last, like, at least couple of weeks, especially the black community. So Holly Robinson P, she comes in and someone said, not sure, they're tweeting and they're like, not sure if you follow Black Twitter, but, basically it's been nothing but countless posts, about this situation. And Holly Robinson P just simply commented that part. And Sarah Silverman took that upon herself to go on ahead and reply and say, that part is all I'm hearing as far as any type of, response to the comments that Kanye West has been making. Jeez. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I feel as though that everybody has been extremely quiet, and it's been something that I don't want to get into a whole point of like evil is evil and hate is hate. I don't like comparing traumas. I don't do that shit. I think that anytime, any type of issue that goes against a human, the human race as a whole, we got to definitely call that out. So I'm not sitting here and minimizing what was said at all. I'm just saying that when it comes down to the different things, whenever he's lashing out on us and he's saying like the different shit to us, we don't get those type of coverage. Then none of these people come forward and fucking say anything. It's just us sitting here complaining and saying that this is a problem. But then, now that he says something about you, it's like everybody's supposed to come out and say something, which we are, but it's not even like, it's just a form of division. So, for that, Sarah Silverman, you're definitely out of pocket on that one. And Holly Robinson Pete, she's definitely well within her rights. I feel as though that she's within her rights on the whole, that part, simply replying that part on that, because it's just, imagine just constantly being overlooked and gaslit on these situations. Like, I feel like this is a silent struggle, and we just kind of take it all on by ourselves.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, though, man. You pretty much took all the words out of my mouth. Like, this is just, it's just weird to see, like, just, okay, we always coming to, like, everybody else's, aid and in that matter, though, but for you to go ahead and say what you said, I'm like, yeah, you out of pocket. Like, hey, yeah, I fucks with you. You funny, though, but this is one of those things where it's all like, I'm at a barbecue, you seeing two people arguing. Yeah, this is where I step away and walk that way.
Yeah, it's like it's not even to do with this. It's not even just like it's a your problem. Like, no, this is something that's, like I said earlier, this is something that's really an irresponsible and dangerous narrative that I personally feel as though is kind of being pressed. And the whole free thinking aspect, you can be as much of a free thinker as you want, but when we're starting to preach and push hatred and all of that, that's where the issue comes in. me personally, me being the way that I am, I just can't sit back and like let those kind of like situations just slide. That's like hell nah, you know, especially having the platform and being able to voice that and contribute some form of light and understanding to it. And that's just not cool. I don't think it is.
I know. You're right. Definitely right. You definitely right. All right. That concludes Out of Pocket. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Can I kick it? Hey, you know what though? Can't even front though. There were some pretty cool things that I done came across, especially this week. Especially starting off with first up with the SB Blazer mid with this brown and this pink. Now I ain't gonna front. I'm not really too much of a huge fan on Blazer highs, but this one caught my attention. Like tough, real tough. But just like with that brown and with that little pink, giving me like a good fall winter vibes. I'm not definitely wearing this in the summer though, but this like fall winter, like you know, a bomber, brown hoodie, something simple.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy with it, and I'm liking the suede on there with the leather overlays, and also too like you know in regards to reading this a brown base with the pink constructing essence, completed with the white midsole and the pink rubber sole, and you know, and of course got that gum bottom. Can't deny that. And I think this is pretty fair. And they said we're looking at getting these in the skate shops either at the end of this month, or rumor has it now Thanksgiving, aka Black Friday week, and they're going to be retailing at $90, which is I think is a fair, reasonable price. And it's like for me, like I'm fucking with these. I actually like these because it's different, like different where like to the point where I could wear some black sweats with them, some light gray joints, or even just some light blue jeans, like and the shoe is gonna make the jeans pop. And just and even like with a dark brown tee, or even finding a pink T-shirt with this pink colorway on there though. But other than that though, I'm feeling this joint. I like this joint.
Okay. I'm not really into blazers like that, but I like you said, it is a cool colorway. I do see potential for the winter. You know, especially maybe like a brown flannel or like incorporating that salmon color and colorway in there as well. So I would like to definitely see it on someone else, but you know, these personally, they don't really speak too much to me.
Oh, they ain't resonating with you?
Nah.
all right, it's all right though. But I mean, yeah, that's a nice shoe though. I can't front. All right, next up, Teddy Santis announced New Balances made in the USA collection of season 2, which we have 3 of them, 3 silhouettes, even though it's the 990 model, the 990 V1, V2, and the V3. So the ones that we're looking at is the top one starting off first with the 990 V1, and then you have the middle, the 990 V2, and then towards the end you have the 990 the V3. So this shoe is made for the footwear collection, continue to honor the 40th anniversary of the silhouette shoe of the New Balance 990. And the border colors like Jupiter Maple and weave with the original gray, navy tan colorways of a recent New Balance shoe, the 576. Long sleeve thermals are introduced to this collection to complement the wardrobe classics of incorporating seasonal colors like rich oak, midnight green, and a full assortment. This shoe is going to be released at the end of this month, October 27th, at select retailers, and you can get it at newbalance.com, and the price is going to be ranging from $190 to $200. Oh
wow, okay.
Yeah, like when it comes to like with these models, like the 990s, the V1s, the V2s, and the V3s, like, and people go ape shits over these, and it's crazy. I'm not a fan of the V1s though, but the ones that I am really digging a lot out of these threes is the middle, the V2s, because the how they're shaped, and and just even on the back of them. I had a pair of V2s back in the day though, but I ain't gonna lie, I ended up selling them like a dummy, and I wish I shouldn't have did that.
Okay.
Yeah, though, but once again, comfortability is always on a 10 when it comes to these New Balances, where to the point like you could really wear them all day if you really wanted to though, but it's just like when they do these certain models, when they bring back like a model of the shoe where it's like a lot of hype behind it, then the ones that they be taxing, and these unfortunately, like, this is a taxing, and what's so crazy, people are actually going to buy these too.
Yeah. I can see why. Especially the 576 model. I think those are really. I think that's the best out of the three.
Okay.
The other ones are, hey, whatever your fancy, but those are the ones that I feel like are the better ones out of the three. And yeah, no complaints on those. Like, I like the neutral colorways. It looks like, something that you could really do a lot. I like the kind of, what is that, almost like a sail on a hill back there.
Yeah.
So I'm really a sucker for sail, just simply because it already gives that off-white kind of more of that creamy feel. So these look pretty dope.
All right.
I like those. But yeah, the pretty much all three pairs are the same colorway. So you guys just definitely take your pick on which one works better for you and your wardrobe. But the 576 is probably going to be where I'm going to go with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. No, that ain't bad at all. That ain't bad at all. Okay, so all right, so we got two, y'all, for Nikki. She got the 574s and she feeling the 576. Like, we're on a roll. We're on a roll.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Nike KD 15 is getting the Pearl colorway. Kevin Durant homage to his late Auntie Pearl continues with the Nike KD 15 as the sneaker features pink roses and continues awareness of cancer and pay tributes to KD's late auntie who passed away from lung cancer. The sneakers features a tonal pink look with a mix of mesh and suede throughout the sneaker. The TPU cages seen in the medial and the lateral side seen as pink, which over the swoosh over a geometric pattern. KD's logos are on the tone patch and stitched on the top of the floral design of the tone. The KD 15 on Pearls is set to drop October 21st, Nike.com, and price is gonna be $150. I'm not a huge fan of KD's, but people that are, like, I could see this being a cop for them, and especially
for the KD aficionados, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and like especially like the people, like, around that time, like 09, 10, 11, 12, like when like KD's was like really catching a lot of hype. So I could see a lot of those people grabbing that. And then just not only that though, definitely have to salute where, he's showing awareness to cancer and just paying tribute, to his late auntie who passed away from cancer. So that's always good though. But
yeah, absolutely. I love the story. I love what the shoes signify. However, are they personally going to be a pair of shoes that I go grab? Maybe not. But I definitely, for him to take his platform and to bring exposure and honor his aunt, that's definitely, something that you would like to support. But as far as the colors and everything, it's just not me. But I love the message behind them.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, yeah, me too. So this week that concludes our Can I Kick It? So y'all feeling any of these? So definitely let us know. Like, for real. All right, moving on. Check the rhyme. So first up, we got the Atlanta native Grip 5A and a fuck you. And you know what? Can't front. This is like I enjoyed this album. Yeah. I think before we get into the other joints, I have to say this was my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, this was my favorite because I've been following Grip for a long time. He's been coming up and Not only that though, too, he was recently signed to Eminem's label, Shady Records, too, as well. While he's still doing his thing on Straight Society, though. But this album had 11 tracks, only 35 minutes long, though. But he's getting busy.
Yeah,
definitely getting busy from Cook Up to, and right after Cook Up, 94 Flow. This gave me like some 90 vibes, and Teddy Boyd on the production, Latrell James. Shout out to Latrell James on this production. He killed this, and this just gave me like some, even though from being Atlanta, he gave me East Coast vibes on this.
Yeah, this one right here definitely gave Busta Rhymes vibes, and he really he spit in every song on this album. I was highly impressed by this project. I came into it with absolutely no expectations and didn't know what to expect. But he delivered every song, and every song gave a different type of a feel too.
Oh no,
it wasn't anything that was like, okay, this is starting to sound like the same thing over and over. This album definitely does have replay value, so I highly recommend it. I enjoyed the Cook Up. I liked damn near every song on the project. It was a really good one. This was actually, I'm not gonna even front, this was my first introduction to him.
Oh man.
And yeah, it was real serious. I thought that the project was just amazing. Him coming out of Atlanta with the JID type of a somewhat flow, but not quite. Still having his own type of sound. Like you said, on some songs we got some West Coast type of vibes, and then on others we got East Coast vibes, and then he stayed true to the Atlanta sound as well. So I believe that this was really one of the better projects released this week for sure.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. Another standout for me too was Value Mall.
Yes, that one was pretty sick.
Yeah. This one this dude, he can't go wrong, and I just love the direction that he's going in, and his popularity is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm I can't wait to see what else what he do though. But this joint right here, I was had this on repeat literally for a whole day.
Yeah, for sure. I could definitely get that.
Oh no, yeah though, but this project was just very amazing from beginning to end though. So you guys here at Lace Rhymes, telling y'all highly recommend check out Grip 5's A and a Fuck You. And no, since this is your first introduction, I'll make sure I'll send you some stuff from his past projects too, because he got some dope projects so in his catalog, for sure. All right, next up, the Vallejo native, LaRusso. I hate when life's going great. All right, this one 11 tracks, 27 minutes. And you know what though? It was okay to me. It was definitely okay with me. Have some takeaways from it. I like the opener Run. I like Had to Make It. Definitely enjoyed Perfect Timing, and I enjoyed I'm Good though too. Really. And it's just if you guys don't know about LaRusso right now, guarantee you guys you'll end up liking them. And you know what though, honestly, I feel like LaRusso too is a breath of fresh air too. He's not really, not rapping about what all the other rappers rapping about. He just really doing his thing, and that's why I enjoy him. And so he don't really rap about the jewelry, the killing, the hoes, this and that, or even just I don't even consider him as a lyrical conscious nigga. He's just rapping because he like to rap.
He's definitely having fun with it. Like you said, the beginning of the album just really it didn't resonate with me because of just pretty much I'm assuming where I'm at right now in life. But more towards the end, the songs just they definitely picked up and they got a little bit smoother. And I gravitated to the second half of the album a little bit more than the first half. But like you said, he's definitely at a point where he's having fun. If you're not really tapped in with LaRusso right now, what he's doing in his backyard, just his inspirational, he's really that's the best way to I feel to define him, or to if there was a category to put him in,
right,
he would more or less give me more of Chance the Rapper type of vibes, more so than anyone, just simply because of the message that he sends, and like you said, he's having fun. You can really feel his energy through the songs and everything. But it just really depends on where you're at certain moments. And there's going to be moments, of course, where you're having fun, you're doing something that you want to do, and these songs might resonate with you, but, you know, I'm ironing clothes and shit. I'm like, I'm not having fun at this moment. So I was like, okay, next song, you know, and then it just kind of ended up, like I said, it rolled into like a couple more smoother tracks, but he's definitely talented. The production and the last song, how many songs was it?
I want to say it was 11.
Okay, 11 songs. 11. So. And you can't really get automatic, systematic. So you got to commend what he's doing out there. He's having the concerts in his backyard. He built a stage back there. Mm-hmm. He's also doing the whole project where he's doing like $1,000 pay what you feel, pay what you feel. Yeah, you know. And I even got a shirt from him from the pay what you feel type of deal. And it was like,
oh, that's dope.
I couldn't bring myself to doing the whole like $0. So I ended up paying like $20 for my shirt. But I thought that was really cool in the sense that he allowed that type of like donation and allowed that type of leeway, because ultimately the biggest thing is getting the message out. So and for people to see your product. So I thought that was really sick. And what he's doing and his avenue and his spirit and everything is a beautiful spirit that we need more of. And I'm excited to see where he's going. He just celebrated a birthday, and that's really sick.
So I mean, y'all go ahead and give this a listen. I hate when life's going great. All right. Next up, before we get into our, if you don't know, now you know. Quavo and Takeoff, only built for Infinity Links. You know what? Next to Grip, I actually enjoyed this project.
I really enjoyed this project.
Yeah, and the reason why I enjoyed it, for me, this lets you guys know, like, yo, like, hey, they're a dope duo.
Honestly, this is something that probably a lot of people don't want to say, but shit, they're better.
Yeah,
they're fucking better.
Yeah.
It really like, because I feel as though that it may take off, like step up a little bit more, because I'm assuming it'd be the same type of situation if we had 3 people here. It'd be that whole dynamic of having the time and everybody being able to get their shit off in a certain amount of time. So with the 2, it's just an amazing. I feel like they're better as a duo as opposed to a trio, just simply because the timeshare. And Takeoff definitely has his shit to say. Like, I've been saying it, for a while.
He really stepped it up, because I'm not even gonna lie. Like, what was this, like 2 years back when they all did their solo albums?
Hey, don't you dare fucking talk about Takeoff. Hell no, that shit was dope. Did you see the video? Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, if y'all go look at Takeoff's videos, that shit is hilarious. Like, it's some of the funniest shit that you'll see. Like, I can't remember the exact song, but he's there by himself, and it's like all pure Takeoff. So one of my things that I've said is that Takeoff's been carrying Migos for like a very long time. You know, he's been doing it.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking with you on that. I don't want nobody to get too sensitive about that, but I'm just gonna say, Takeoff.
He
definitely stepped it up, and it's like, it ain't nothing like basically. So you stepping away from something and you're not missed,
right?
Whatever the politics was behind the scenes and everything, but this Migos album was definitely better than the culture too, and all that other shit that was dropping. Like, this one was really, really sick. And then I love the transparency on the songs and just kind of like all the shit they was talking. I enjoyed it. What was my favorite song on there? I want to say Messy.
This one was a favorite of mine.
I like Messy before I even heard because I knew that, everybody was going to highlight that whole but the Carisha Please line. But it was just the flow of the song. Like, I'm like, cleaning up, packing and shit. And I heard the beat and I'm like, okay, because when you're playing albums, you're stepping away from shit and you got to look to see what the name of the song is or whatever. So I had to come back and look like, okay, because I like this one. I'm like, all right. But yeah, that shit just, they
slappers.
Yeah.
No, slappers.
And all the shit, like I said, from coming on the QC.
Right.
And everything, like
I was impressed. I was like, okay. And then, hey. What a great way to put a spin. This is how you sample some shit right here.
Welcome to Atlanta, baby, it's bigger than magic. Where young niggas
now it makes me feel like every time when I go to Atlanta, I gotta play this now. I got to. This was like, to me, was like the best track on the album. It's like how they put the spin on it, and just not only that though too, when they went into the next 16, I don't know if it was either Quavo or Takeoff just highlighting when Andre 3000 was saying we are the coolest motherfuckers on the planet, and they put their own spin on it. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. Like, I still stand on the fact that Messy is the best song on the album to me.
Oh, no, yeah,
but, that one was smooth. No,
yeah.
But, yeah, that one, they didn't miss, especially for this to be, shit, again, it's like, okay, like, you step away, we went, you know, like, what did Ice Cube say? I dropped 4 niggas now, I'm making all the dough. Like,
Y'all saw it coming. That's why I went solo. But they ain't no solo.
They went to a duo. Yeah. That's why we dropped the trio.
No, yeah, though, but I'm definitely fucking with this, and I like it. So everybody that's out there, like, you know, if you ain't got a chance to listen to this, please listen to Only Built for Infinity Link. So now,
which is also a nod to, you know, the illustrious Wu-Tang, Mr. Raekwon.
That's
Only Built for Cuban
you know
links.
And that's why I
and they also kind of did a play on the cover somewhat slightly with you know, with the two of them and everything kind of similar to, you know, him and Ghost.
And you know what though too, now I'm gonna go ahead and say this though too. So I used to give the Migos a lot of shit. But now listening to them, I even went back, did my homework, watching past interviews. I can honestly say, my bad, y'all.
It sounds like you just didn't like Offset.
Nah, these niggas is real hip hop heads, and that's what I like in the fact that I heard that Takeoff and Quavo are like huge time big Kendrick Lamar fans.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I can respect that. And even though he ain't on this album, Offset, he a huge
don't you say sneaker fan? Don't you dare.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought you was about to say sneakerhead. I was about to cut the cameras. Let me get the fuck out of here today. Like, I thought you was about to go there. I'm hell no. Go ahead. Get your shit off.
He a fan of Andre 3000. So
okay, cool.
No, honestly, like them as a group and even them two as a duo, they're really fucking hip hop heads, and like, yo, we really got to start giving them the credit that they really deserve.
Yeah, it's like you gotta open. You don't want to be that person like that's just always shitting on like the new waves because evolution and everything.
Don't be that old bitter old ass person that's hating the new people. Like, no, stop it.
Nah, and shit. This album was a revelation for me. It's like it wasn't the Migos. It was one attribute that was just kind of like annoying, and it's absent here, and I liked it better.
No, yeah, it was dope though. So
I did.
No, yeah. So y'all go ahead.
And then it's so wild too because we heard Offset on that Gibbs project and everything, and his sound is like completely like different. It's like weird. It's like
crazy. No, super crazy though. So if y'all haven't checked it out, go ahead and check out Quavo and Takeoff, Only Built for Infinity Links. Yes. All right, moving on. You already know we back again with the segment, and if you don't know, now you know. Again. And if you don't know, now you know. All right. This week, if you're if you don't know, now you know, we got a rapper hailing from the Long Beach area. Way by name is Rose Parade. But also too, his cooking IG too, called Bixby Knowles, and he does seafood. And seafood.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those seafood boys. Does he do those out here?
Yeah. He does them out here. Okay. Yeah. So he bounces back and forth between Vegas and California and does them out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he brings a smooth, uncontested sound to the ears with every recording, and he has worked with artists and producers such as TDE's own Av Soul, Willie Ichabod Don, Brown, Tay from BBM, Jarius, J-Mo, Mosey, and Renee Brown. And this dude, he's really been putting in work, and he's growing. He just recently put out a TikTok of him doing a live version of his song Riding, and I want to say the shit is looking at 20K. Okay. I was like, damn. And the song is, I ain't gonna front, pretty smooth. Got a little vibe to it.
Said I'm just riding around this motherfucking city all day. Feeling like the baker's man and my wood is all cake. I just throw my flag round like I'm reffing. And you know it's crib, don't even ask the question. I ain't stressing out a another nigga. Hands like a ninja, bitch. I got a handgun for what my hands can't do. I don't miss it like I missed it, do. Please don't tell me what your fist to do. You ain't bout it, you ain't getting rowdy, you ain't with the crew. You an enemy, then when you see me, nigga, get to swinging. Say it's on sight, but on the fence like Feeny, quit your blinking. I'm a gangster fool. Shout out to you if you're gangster too. Gangster lean, got it, gangster bitch, we fuck like gangsters do. You ain't grilling hard enough, make you peel off for your
how'd you get introduced to him?
How I got introduced to him, actually too, fun fact though, he was already putting out music before though, but he went under another name called Adam Rose.
Okay.
And he had a song out years ago, and I was just very very fascinated by it. It's called The Cool Crib because he's originally from Long Beach, California.
Okay.
And yeah, and I just been seeing him just grinding. He took a little break and he went on a hiatus, and then he just came back out of nowhere with this, and then all of a sudden seeing him on tour with Dizzy Wright.
Okay.
Him being in the studio with Ab Soul, and so I was like, what you doing, brother? Like what you doing? And then he actually got at me.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And it was like, hey man, like I love what y'all doing at Lace Rom. So he was like, yo, like check this out. If you fucking with it, let me know. But if not, give me the real deal. And so I gave this song Riding a chance, and I actually enjoyed it. Like it gives me like a vibe where I could just roll all my windows down, just catch a breeze while this going on, or whether I'm cleaning up or something though. But I'm really, really digging the track and just really, really digging his vibe and everything, So I mean, like, even though he's from Long Beach, he is a gangster though. But he was like, hey, I'm just the nerdy, cool ass gangster.
I can feel that, and I definitely, the soulfulness of the track and everything. That's really something smooth, like you said, it's definitely writing music.
Oh no, yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. So I'm really looking for more projects that he's going to do, giving us more music, or hopefully give us an EP, sometime either. I'm hoping at the end of this year, or if not the end of this year, beginning of next year.
Okay.
Because I wanna hear some more music, especially if it's sounding something like this. So I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. So you guys, if you never peeped or never heard of Rose Parade, I remember, hey, check him out. He's dope.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Plain and simple.
Yep.
Yeah, plain and simple. All right. It's about that time. Let's get into this classic corner.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classic.
All right. Let's take it back. 2011, November 1st. Here we go.
La 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 la. Inspired by women, niggas say that I treat them different. Niggas be bitches, hoes be bitches, I don't see no difference. Shawty, my aim is different. DC, my English iffy. Solo I be, but I'm on my feet. I got these angels with me. Tired of making.
Come on, man.
I tried to tell one of the.
He was already steaming, heating up. Mixtape after mixtape, album, the first album. Then we get to this.
Yeah, I'ma let the chips fall. Niggas is Kimber Walker trying to see me pitfall. Niggas is staring like a synagogue. Think about it, centerfold. Bitches probably couldn't get a drink about me. They say I need some.
Come on, man, and then honestly, I think this is like my favorite. Nigga was so cool, he made you want to wear phone posits.
Who would believe this rap shit that help me well off? Type of life a nigga killer go to jail for. Yeah, can't wait till the wheels down. And I'm amazed you clown niggas are still around. Smoking haze out over town like it's allowed. I like my woman soft spoken but the weed loud. Catching heat floor seats and we all fresh. From court seats to court seats, there's progress. Of course, tell them other niggas man up.
We already know. Blew up with this joint. Had everybody on this.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to enjoy the luxury.
Man.
Not knowing each other for real. Hold up.
Lord is flower bound.
Fire.
Firefly. When I'm low, she take me high. sounds of love.
Flower bomb, let me guess your favorite fragrance. And you got that bomb. I'm trying that in nature. No disrespecting, baby. Just try and make you smile. Try to keep my spirits up. That's why I lays it down. Try to keep your spirits up. Lil vodka, whatever. Took it forever to get dressed. I acknowledge your effort. So I clap.
Yes. Y'all don't know, now you know. This is my pick for Classic Corner. Wale. Ambition. Yeah, I know you laughing. Go ahead, come on.
I'm just sitting here. Definitely, like, shit, because we just were talking about it, man. Like, fucking, what was it? What is this? Oh, what are we at? It's about 11 years, so, what, okay. So, yeah, because I told you, I was like, nigga, I thought we, the 20-year mark on a classic, but I got you. Nah, I'm just fucking giving you, I'm just giving you shit right now.
No,
but definitely, this project was a great follow-up to, Attention Deficit.
Yes. And
it just really gave us more of the other side of Wale, where I feel like Attention Deficit was more on his grunge, like, kind of almost like Just Gotta Make It type, more of the roots influence and everything. Mm-hmm. So this one really had, you can definitely feel all the Rick Ross residue, the Maybach music all over this project. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's something really smooth and timeless. You got the Lotus Flower Bomb on there. You got the That Way by Jeremiah, which is one of my favorite, that has that Curtis Mayfield sample.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And,
I think that is, of course, like you said, it's really smooth. I know a lot of the ladies that got them through college and all of that type of deal, and just gave that extra boost of encouragement.
Man,
so,
2011, what a time to be alive.
Yes,
what a time to be alive. Yeah, that's when I was still in the clubs, like being a fuck boy, but I'm a changed man, But man, like this album too, not only like it definitely holds weight though, but also too did great numbers. Selling 164,000 copies within this first week, and that's and this is around the time like where CDs wasn't really all the way phased out, so you still had CDs and people downloading it on Apple Music, because that's fairly, Apple Music was kind of new around that time. Mm-hmm. So to have that push and doing those numbers in both lanes is just phenomenal. And also too, it peaked at number 1 for R&B and hip hop and rap album. Like, for real, like this. And I can't front. People may get mad at me, but who gives a shit though? I feel like out of his catalog, this is his best work by far. Like, in his catalog. Like, and there's a difference. I'm just gonna tell everybody that there's a difference. I'm not even counting the mixtapes, because it's a difference. We have mixtape Wale and we have album Wale. Mm-hmm. So, album Wale, this for me, my opinion, this is like his best body of work by far. Like, literally. Because, like, for me, you got to think, like, Drake just recently, not too long ago, around that time, was Take Care. And then, didn't we get Kendrick's Section 80 that year too, if I'm not mistaken, or the year before?
It was pretty much, I feel like it was 2011. If not, it was 2012, but pretty much 2011, Section 80.
Yeah, because you got to think, like, to me, I feel like around this time, like, if I could compare this, like, the NBA, like, all the rookies just coming out, like, swinging. Him, Dom, Crit, Nip, Kendrick, Drake, Cole, Mac Miller, like, everybody just coming out, like, swinging. And for him to come out and put this project out was just dope. And then just not only that though too, let's just even talk about the trends and the styles around that time. Like, Wale, this nigga is like the king of the phone posits. Like, he had everybody and their mama who wanted to wear phone posits because of him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that, and just not only that though too, very influenced on the DC, the go-go sound, because you could definitely hear a little bit of that go-go sound in this album too as well. So I mean, this album, it holds a lot of weight. It aged very well, and I feel like it's going to keep on aging very well. Yes, I said it, and I stand on that.
Yeah.
I definitely stand on that, though, because I mean, like, right now, like what you said, you throw on That Way with Jeremiah, you're letting that ride all the way through. You're gonna let Lotus Flower Bomb ride all the way through, and if you really a fan of the album, you're gonna let Illest Bitch ride all the way through. Like, he has a lot of tracks on here. Like, shit, you might just end up playing the whole fucking album. Like, for real. And I did. Like, I played the album in my headphones, played it in the crib, played it in the car, and just the quality overall. Like, it was just amazing. Like, no skips for me.
Okay.
Like, at all. Like,
all right.
Yeah, no skips.
Well, I'm happy for you and your pick.
Care to elaborate on anything on this album?
I said what I said.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, no, man, but no, like I'm kind of glad that I did this though, like, you know, because I just feel like it was sooner or later though we're gonna have to start giving that shine though, because, like, you know, these certain albums and even around that time like made us feel some type of way, and just, like, you know, just made us feel good, like especially 2011.
Yeah, that was a great year for music.
Definitely.
That was like almost like borderline, like 2005. That was an amazing year for music, but 2010, 2011, that was a great time, because not only were we getting in, you know, you got the Wale and everything, but at that time we were also getting Fly Union.
Yeah,
we were also getting all of, like, we were getting the UNIs. We were getting all of those artists that the Overdose. We were getting those artists also. So that aren't necessarily, like, that doesn't necessarily get the recognition that I personally feel as though that they deserve. So I think that that was such an amazing time. That was and like you said, 2011 for not Good Kid, Mad City, but Section 80, and then you got to Take Care and all of that. So he definitely was a contender at that time for sure.
No, yeah.
And I know that this is like a grail in a lot of, you know, people's library, but, you know, I just was, you know, on other stuff.
Oh no, yeah. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not gonna say it.
No. What am I thinking?
No, I just know it.
No, what am I thinking?
I just know what you're thinking.
No, say it.
No, because I know about your stipulation rule. Okay.
Okay. No. Because what 2011. Like I said, I was like just kind of like listening to other stuff like at that time period.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I'm saying. Like I was listening to other stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like, you know, Lotus Flower Bomb when it hit the radio, and like I said, I know that this is an amazing. This is in a lot of, especially my homegirls, this is top tier for them.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, especially like one of my day ones. Shout out to my boy Adrian. Like he is a huge Wale fan. Like for real. If you say anything bad about Wale around him, oh yeah, he's gonna argue you to death. Like,
well, we gotta welcome him to the show one day.
For real, he will argue you to death though. But yeah, no. So you guys, this was my pick this week for Classic Corner. Wale, Ambition. You know, so I mean, hey, that's what it is. So, but man, Can't Front coming to a close. Had fun with you.
Yes, as always. Really, you know, labor of love on being able to do this for not only for ourselves but for those that are tuned in and everything. This personally cannot continue without, you know, everyone's constant support there.
Man,
so I think that is phenomenal. I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah, too. Before we get up out of here, hey. Shout out to everybody on Instagram and TikTok that went up on the Freddie Gibbs post.
Oh,
man.
yes.
Like y'all was really interacting, engaging, and just
especially
showing
for the
love.
wise ones that chose Alfredo.
Oh yeah, for Instagram, and also too, thank you for everybody that chose Bandana, because we know where it is and we know where it stands on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but both albums were good. So I mean, hey.
It really wasn't no right or wrong answer unless you chose Bandana. I'm just fucking with you. Nah, Bandana, honestly, like shit. That was a great one, because it's really tough. Like which one is which? Like,
absolutely.
Damn near asking you to like choose some.
That's like asking you which is better out of Tupac, Allah's on me or Machiavelli.
That's gonna be tough. Or it's like asking you if which one's better, Iron Man or Only Built for Cuban Links.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's almost blasphemous. It's
No,
like,
yeah,
how,
it
like,
is.
are you the devil? Like, why are you asking me this? And you know, that's, I always hate playing that one gotta
Right.
go, but everybody still has their own kind of like
No,
preferences
yeah.
and certain things. Also,
Yeah, absolutely. So, man, I mean, thank y'all for for your love and support. Go ahead and follow us on our social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we on it. Go ahead and subscribe to Apple, Google Play, iHeart, Spotify, SoundCloud, any audio platform, you name it, we on it. Rate, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell a friend that tells a friend that tells another friend. You know what I'm saying? So yes, like we loving all the feedback and everything, man. So yeah, like keep on supporting it. We're gonna keep it coming. Like for real. We definitely gonna keep it coming. Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds like it's sending us home.
Yes.
Again, thank you guys all for tapping in. It's definitely all love, and we appreciate you guys and all you guys are doing as well.
No, yeah. So until then, this your boy Skeetersteve
and Nikki B.
Lay Strong. So we out.